Give yourselves a round of applause for being here. Yeah. All right. Is my head bigger in the screen than it usually is? Does this look like more Aaron than normal, or have you been wishing that it was bigger this whole time? And it's finally it's about time Aaron's face was larger in our screen. Welcome to the Living Room Show, everybody. So happy to have all of you here. It's Friday night. A couple of quick announcements before we get started. I think most of you have been here before. You know how this goes. But this is stand-up comedy on Zoom. We're still doing it. Goal is to make it through the 5-year anniversary of the Zoom show. I'm not sure. I think that means we got to make it to about June, I believe, was when we started. May or June was when this started on Zoom. But we got to do it. All right. We got to make it happen. So everyone keep showing up, keep coming. A couple of quick announcements. You know the deal, but I suggest watching the show on speaker view. Hit that button up there. Gallery view is fine. I'm not going to judge whatever you want to do. I suggest watching it in speaker view. See the comics' faces as big as possible. See my face as big as possible. That's why I got into stand-up comedy. I wanted my face to be as big as possible and in your living room watching it. That was what I wanted. If you are somewhere with not too much background noise, if you did not currently eat something that is causing some grumbling in your stomach so that you're burping every 3 seconds, go ahead and unmute yourselves. We want to hear your amazing, awesome laughter. It helps it feel like we're all in this together. Gordon, I see you, or should I say I hear you, because your camera's off. If you have currently a little bit of indigestion, go ahead and stay muted. That's okay. We don't mind, but at least turn your cameras on so we can see your beautiful smiling faces. It helps us as comics know that you're actually there and we're not just performing to a computer that you walked away from half an hour ago. But I don't mind. I've done it. Look, I've done shows for an entire group that was all muted with the cameras off, and I did a full hour, and I paused for the applause breaks and everything. I didn't care. I just...
that's great.
And that's when I said, heck no. And I made sure to look in every direction around my screen. It was amazing. It was fantastic. Next announcement. As you know, this is a free stand-up comedy show, but how do I get to keep bringing these amazing comics back week after week? By paying them money, sending them a little bit of cash and sending some tips. If you want to send some tips to the show so that I can afford to keep paying these comics and keep bringing you this free stand-up comedy show, you could find me at livingroomcomedy@gmail.com on Venmo, PayPal, and Zelle. I'm also Aaron Kominos-Smith, all one word, on Cash App. That is the other place where you can find me. I don't really know how Cash App works. I'm not sure why it's any different from any of the others. I think because you don't need to be associated with any banks. I think that's how Cash App works. Yeah, you can find me on Cash App. It's $Aaron Kominos-Smith. I love that they went with the $sign instead of the @ symbol. Next, shout out to everybody watching us on Comedy Hub on Twitch. Give them a round of applause. Love that they're here. Yeah, we got Jay dies a lot and Annie dies a lot, I believe. It might just be Annie today because I saw Annie earlier with KO Comedy on here. So it's Comedy Hub, KO Comedy. Just clap for Twitch. We're just happy that Twitch exists. How about that? I'm happy Twitch is around. Clap for Zoom, everyone. Let's clap. I'm glad Zoom exists. This is me giving Zoom a little appreciation and a little love. There's for computers. I'm clapping for computers right now. I'm glad computers exist. Hey, the number system. As long as we're clapping for things, I'm glad the number system exists. It lets binary code exist, which lets all these things exist. So we are to have this right now. I'm just clapping for things. I'm clapping for my voice, that it exists. All right, everybody. It's getting wacky, everyone. It's getting wild. I think that's all the announcements. I think I covered everything. That is about it. Let's get the show rocking and rolling right now with your MC. You know him. You love him. I'm talking right now. It's me, everybody. What's up for me? All right. Thank you. I'm so happy to be here. Is there anybody here for the first time? If it is your first time watching us on Zoom, go ahead in that chat window and type a message in the chat. Let me know where you are watching from. If you're watching from somewhere wild and crazy and exciting, I want to know where you're watching from. Or if it's your second time here, let me know that. If it is your third time here, let me know that too. If it's your 4th time here, let me know that. If it's your 44th time here, let me know that. If it's your 45th time, I'm not interested. But if it's your 44th, I want to know. How about this? If you are from somewhere wild and crazy and exciting, go ahead in the chat, type it in. I want to see where you're from. I see Brandon is like counting. He's like, wait, and then Carrie the 7. And while I'm waiting for all these messages to come flying in, happy 24th night of Hanukkah, everybody. Yeah. We did it. That was the ultimate miracle. I'm using the same oil from that lamp from way back 5,000 years ago. That's how much of a miracle it is that it has lasted this long. I keep cutting it with water, which is why it doesn't burn very well. Yeah, this happy 24th night. We're still going. I've just been lighting candles. My apartment right now is a fire hazard. There's candles everywhere, but I'm getting presents every night of Hanukkah that we're still going. Also, let's hear it for me for remembering to keep that joke going. I forgot last week. I was very disappointed in myself that I forgot the joke. But someone typed a message in the chat. Just said someone actually asked, "What night of Hanukkah is it?" in the chat, and they actually asked me. That is,
were you here last week?
I think you guys were. Ron, Laura, I think you guys were here last week. You don't remember every word I said exactly from last week? That hurts. That really hurts. Who do we got? We got Gordon's coming in from Rain City, from Seattle. There it is. All right. We got someone from Seattle. What else do we got? Brandon just sent a picture of a menorah, sent in a menorah emoji. Okay, from the Holy Land of New York City. Got it. That's where I assume that's from. That's where me and all my fellow Jews are right now. Happy Shabbat Shalom, everybody. I feel like I just sounded really Jewish as I said that. Shabbat Shalom. That's how you know someone's Jewish, by the way, is they go like this as they say the thing. They kind of lean forward a little bit as they say it. I can't be that Jewish. I'm using electricity on Friday night. I'm getting judged by all those other Jews. They are judging me right now. I haven't done this joke for you guys in a while. Jews are very judgmental of any Jew who isn't exactly their level of Jew. I feel like all religions are kind of like that. Every religion feels like your amount is the correct amount. Little more, a little less, not right. But Jews are especially like that. You see someone a little more Jewish and you're just like, yeah, these guys are nuts. Basically extremists, way too Jewish. All right, that is ridiculous. But then you see someone like a little less Jewish and you're just like, yeah, that's barely a Jew. That doesn't count. Thank you for the invite to your Easter party. But you... not really Jewish. Doesn't count, right? You're like, these guys are too Jewish. Those guys are not Jewish enough. But my level of Jew is just right. Right? It's like Goldilocks and the Three Bears. Or should I say Goldstein and She's Eating Locks with 3 bears. Spelled Behrs. That's a Jewish last name, everybody. Bear Stearns. That was a Jewish name. Behr. Everybody, we're having fun. I like it. I'm glad all of you are here. I'm glad we can celebrate. Is everyone excited for the final weekend of sanity in America? Okay, moving on. By that I mean TikTok going away. I don't know. What are we gonna do without TikTok other than Facebook and Instagram and Threads and Twitter and X and Blue Sky and everything else? I mean, what are we gonna do without all the other? Personally, I'm like, I hope TikTok is just the first of many. I can't wait for every social media app to be banned. I can't wait for it all to go away. Let's keep MySpace, but other than that, I say let's get rid of everything. I actually tried to log into my MySpace account today. It can't find me. And I'm like, MySpace, what happened to my 112 followers? Where did those go? You guys just wiped them away. Absolutely ridiculous. What happened to my photo that I posted from that one episode of Yo Mama that I was on way back? That photo was there. I think I even had like a very funny caption underneath that I wrote in there, and it's gone, I think. Or maybe I will be able to log into MySpace because we're all going to go flocking back there when Meta goes down or whatever the next set of apps are that go down. I'm not letting go of MySpace. I think Friendster is gone. Does Friendster still exist? Does anybody know? Can anyone off the top of your head tell me?
Never.
Go to the chat. Since only one person wrote in the chat, I assume no one will respond. But if anybody knows if Friendster is still around, let me know. Oh, guys, I saw this in the news. They said that doctors are saying that hypertension and heart disease, it's now the #1 silent killer here in America. Hypertension, heart disease, not in Asia. The top silent killer there is actually, the scientists have decided, ninjas.
Oh no! Oh no!
Because that's the best joke I've ever written. I actually wrote that joke in college before I was doing stand-up comedy and forgot about it until I saw that headline today when I was trying to write last-minute jokes for the show. And I said, we need to revive a joke from the year 2000. And I did it. I brought back a joke from 25 years ago. I'm old. Wow. Okay. Oh, man, everybody. I feel like I just got older in the last 2 seconds. But it is. I did see that headline, and it's funny how, like, I don't read actual news stories anymore. I don't, like, I just read the headline. And I'm like, I got everything I need to know. That told me everything. Like, I actually caught myself saying this to someone. I said, well, according to this headline that I read, I heard myself say it, and I'm like, Aaron, stop talking. You don't know what you're talking about. It's just that it's all clickbait. Like, even that hypertension one said, like, scientists are calling this the new silent killer. And I had to click the article, and it wasn't even in the first paragraph or the second paragraph. They buried the lead. Like, they buried the lead beyond, like, they buried it below the burying of the like, I don't know how, like, I always skip the first paragraph now when I click on an article. It's never, the story isn't there. That's always some weird backstory or some, like, it was raining at 3:42 p.m. when Cecilia first got home that fateful night. And I'm like, oh, come on, news. Can you just tell me what's going on? Can you just, let's not make this into some dramatic fiction piece. Just tell me exactly what's going on. I feel like the worst clickbait article I saw, the headline said, don't wear this if you don't want to get bitten by a shark. I was like, all right, well, now I got to click on this. Like, I have to, because if I didn't click on it, like, this clickbait was so good that if you didn't click on it, you would become actual bait. Like, you really needed to go deep. All right. You had to get in there. All right, everyone. I think I did a good job warming everybody up. Yeah, I think we're all excited and feeling pumped. Oh, and Nikki just sent me Nikki, I'll read this in a moment. You sent me something about how Friendster it was launched in 2002, and then, all right, Friendster does not exist. That's the lead in what Nikki just sent me. So if anybody was trying to revive your Friendster account, you cannot. MySpace, I'm not sure. It seems like it's only meant for musicians that have many other places to be. We're going to get the show rocking and rolling right now. I am excited. We got so many great comics. I am pumped. The comic that we've got coming up next, he's coming to us from the West Coast. I believe there's some backstory. It looks like, I think he's all set up. Yeah, he's ready to go. I'm pretty pumped. This comic is amazing. He used to run this show called Gandhi Is That You at Lucky Jack's on the Lower East Side. The show doesn't exist anymore, so you can't go see it. But trust me, it was a great show. All right. And if you didn't see it, shame on you. But don't worry, we've got him for you right now. He is absolutely hilarious. So excited to have him. Let's hear it from Mr. Brendan Fitzgibbons, everybody. Let him hear it.
Yes. Yes. Thank you so much. How's everyone doing?
Great.
I love this. Yes, I used to run the show called Gandhi Is That You, and it was because of my intense Indian heritage, as you can tell by the name of Brendan Fitzgibbons. I love doing Zoom shows because you don't have to do a lot of crowd work, because you could just look around and go, where are you from? And then just go, the computer. Where are you from? Just the computer several times. It's the same answer. I am actually currently in Los Angeles, and yes, I'll talk a little bit about the fires. I was in them a little bit, and that's why it looks like I'm performing at a La Quinta Inn. And it's exactly why that's where I do my best comedy, everybody. A La Quinta Inn. Best murders happen too. So it's a pretty great, murder and comedy, 2 kills at once. It's great.
No.
I remember Aaron's joke. Okay, so me and Aaron actually used to do a college tour, and that was Aaron's like killer joke, the ninja joke. And I was like, oh my God, I almost did it. And I also looked up Friendster too when he was talking about it, and the only person's that's on that page, the homepage, is Aaron. Actually, he's the only one. So he's still there. He's still there. Yeah, so I'm actually I'm in Los Angeles, and I'm hanging out with a lot of Gen Z kids, and that's what happens when you get to be 40. You just try to pretend like you're not. And I don't know, guys, what is with the Gen Z kids and their confidence? It's just it's out of control. I think we can all agree, right? Like, they have so much confidence. Like, Gen Z girls are just like, we don't wear makeup because we just want to be our true authentic selves. And then guys are like, we wear man purses because we want to be our true authentic selves. And I didn't get it, guys. I didn't understand. Then I realized, oh, this is what happens when parents don't hit their kids.
Ooh.
Confidence. Right. But come on, be honest. A part of you, when you guys see him dancing like this on TikTok and doing all this, there's a party that's like, someone should hit these kids, right? Like a little bit of give them a minimum wage job, have them think about their life, you know? Come on.
Yeah.
Album, let's go. Yeah, I'm a little sad that TikTok is shutting down, only because I feel like it was kind of the happy one. You know, TikTok is a little bit like Willy Wonka, where it's all colorful. Everybody's always dancing. Everyone's gay. You know, it's kind of the nice social media. I have to get off Facebook though, y'all. I'm done. I don't know how this crowd feels. Facebook is like the parking lot of an AA meeting. Okay. It's just okay. It's just a bunch of people standing around in a circle oversharing about their colonoscopies. You're like, oh my God, I gotta get out. I feel like I just struck a chord. I just put everybody in this crowd on blast. Yo, I just got put on blast. Yes. So Aaron is talking about was also talking about Trump. Let's just do a quick history lesson for. I know everyone's very smart in this crowd, but let's just think about it. So we went from Obama to Trump, Biden to Trump again, which proves once you go black, you burn the country down. Okay, that's what it's. That you set it on fire. Okay, that just got real heavy. Everyone got real quiet. Okay. Here we go. We're keeping it going. Here we go. I'm at a La Quinta Inn. Okay. Have you guys ever gotten halfway through a 1 a.m. order at Taco Bell and thought to yourself, is my life going too good? It's going too good. I'm just going to keep going. I got 48 more jokes. Then we're all going to go on. I'm not stopping. I'm powering through. All right, I'll tell you guys a little bit about, that's all the stuff I wanted to do for Leah. I'll tell you guys a little bit about the fire. I don't know about you guys. I used to live in New York, but have you guys ever lived in a city that you love so much, but its only downfall is sometimes it entirely burns to the ground? Is that ever? Minor. It's not a problem. Not a problem. Let me just say, LA is the worst place for fires to happen because everybody in Los Angeles calls things that are cool fire. So it gets a little confusing. You know? I was getting texts from my friends. I'm like, yo, it's fire. I'm like, these tacos? They're like, no, my apartment. Yeah, it's on fire. No, true story. I had a very humbling moment because I was close to the Eden fires and my friend's like, we got to get out of here. So I was like, okay. I go to my 1-bedroom apartment, which I live in alone. And you have this moment where you're like, okay, I need to pack up everything that's valuable right now in this apartment. And I got to get it. So I look all of I got to get everything valuable. I should only do setups. You guys like setups better than punchlines. Okay. Setups, no more punchlines. Stop trying to be funny. Okay, no more funny. I'm just doing setups. Okay, I'm just doing setups. All right, so this literally happened. I'm in my apartment. Everyone's like, you got to get out of here. So I'm like, okay, I got to find everything valuable. I take one look around my apartment. I go, okay, nothing. There's absolutely nothing of value in this apartment. So then I had to like make up things and pretend like they were more valuable than they were, you know? I was like, okay, hold up. No. This is a Swiffer, but I just got it. It's worth a lot. Swiffer is worth at least $45. It's a new Swiffer. It's $45. This is valuable. But then, like, after realizing, and then you just get even worse. I'm like, okay, I don't have anything valuable in this apartment, but you know what I am taking with me? A thirst for knowledge. Okay, a thirst for knowledge. Just making up things that you're like, no, it's fine. But this is the totally true story. So I go to my friend's house, Mimi, which I'm actually currently at right now. And I go to her house because she was in like a safe zone. And I was like, guys, I think we got to get out of here. And they're like, no, it's fine. And this was the most LA thing that ever happened. So I'm like, they're like, no, it's fine. And I'm like, no. They're like, okay, I know what we could do. Let's all take drugs. So I'm with 3 other people. They all 2 smoke weed, 1 does mushrooms. As soon as they do that, Hollywood Hills fire breaks out. And they're like, bro, I think we should leave. And I was like, do you? Hey, good thing that you guys just took all those drugs. And now I'm your sober camp counselor that have to lead you guys to the promised land. I had time to do drugs. Yeah, so house is on fire. We have to get out of here. But he made it out. And I just have to say that I think, listen, guys, okay, you guys are mostly probably in New York. And if your city is not under natural disaster warnings all the time, like if you don't have tornadoes, if you don't have hurricanes or the threat of a terrorist attack, I'm sorry, you're not living in a cool place. Okay. That just means you're not having fun. Okay. Or it means there's no one there. That's the other thing. Like if we were like sitting here watching South Dakota burn, we would all just be like, oh, wow, I hope he's okay. I hope the one guy, I hope Dave's all right. Like, we just go about our business. Like, sorry, guys, we live in a cool place. This is what happens. Okay. This is the price. I just interestingly thought about fires. Like, it's very weird that both fires are interesting because it's something that we kind of do for fun and to calm ourselves, and also potentially burn down your city. Like, both those things are happening. A little weird, you know. Like, it's also very destructive. So, like, you never would see a group of people being like, "Hey, let's gather around, let's chill out, let's roast some fires over this nuclear reactor." Roast some marshmallows over this nuclear reactor. It's just cool. It's cool. These are all new jokes. They're going great. I'm gonna do one more because I'm killing, and I'm gonna only do a setup. No, oh yeah. Okay. So I came out to Los Angeles to fulfill my dreams. And listen, guys, I understand that straight white guys don't have the best rap, and I completely can acknowledge that. But I feel like Hollywood is taking all the evils that straight white men have done and taking it out on my comedy movie career, on my acting career. Every audition I get, like I came out here to audition to be like the fun neighbor who doesn't know how to put on pants, or like guy who's confused about this baby. What is this baby? You know, like no, that's not the auditions I get, guys. I literally had an audition a year ago to be the founder of slavery. Okay. The literal founder. It was a reenactment, and I had to do it alone in my apartment over Zoom, which just sounds like a raging rally. Okay. So I'm doing this audition, and I was like, I don't even want to book this. Like the whole point of like booking something is to like be excited about it, to tell your friends. I can't tell my family about this audition. I can't call my dad and be like, Dad, I did it. I'm racist. Okay. All right. That's all my time. You guys have been incredible. What a night. What a night. Love it. Love it.
Keep it going for Brendan, everybody.
Yeah.
Brendan bouncing around the room. I love it. That is La Quinta. We're happy. We're happy you're okay, Brendan. That's all. I'm just gonna book West Coast comics on the show just to find out how they're doing. That's gonna be it. Actually, Leah's gonna be running things next week, so we'll find out how they're doing. Leah Bonham will be running stuff. So that's Brenda, it's funny because we did do a college tour together, and we drove very long distances in a car. You can squeeze way too many people into a car, way too many comics. And the joke was always like, if this car veered off the road into a ditch and exploded right now, and then everyone would try to fill it in either with like, the world would get a lot funnier, or the other way around, like, oh, we'd lose so much humor. And like, I think we always kind of split right down the middle of if that would have been good or bad for comedy if all of us disappeared. And then we'd always try to be self-deprecating, and everyone agreed, like, yeah, everyone would be pretty happy with not us doing comedy anymore. All the funny people are going to be back. Of course we're dark. Come on, it's a bunch of comics in a car. We're bored. Dark. Everybody, I'm going to keep the show rocking and rolling. I'm excited for this next comic. We love having her. She is absolutely hilarious. Let's hear right now for the amazing and talented Amy Liszka, everybody. Clap it up. Let her hear it.
How's it going? Thanks for having me again. Aaron, I love how professional you try and keep this show. You're like, please put a brick wall behind you. I'm like, it's a Zoom show. I'm sitting in my bed, and yes, I do not have pants on, okay? I expect everyone not to have pants on right now, okay? I was like, these are the benefits of Zoom. I'm like, I miss Zoom. Like, I wanted Zoom when COVID happened. I was like, the one good thing that came with COVID was just being by myself with no pants on. You know, has anyone ever read so many self-help books that they quit their job?
Oh.
Anyone? I now need a little bit of help from you guys because I read so many self-help books. In the self-help books, they're always like, you need to take action. You need to take action. And I'm like, but I just read a whole book. Like, what more do you want? Like, I mean, there was at least over 100 pages in this thing. That's a lot. That's a lot of time. I don't know. And then they're always like, you need to become the best version of you. And I'm like, all right, where's the bar? Because I'm just going to say I felt amazing when I took a shower this morning. Like, I just got so much stuff done. I took a shower and I feel like I'm the king of the world. So is that version? Just in a shower? I don't know, guys. Don't listen to me. I'm not that smart. Has anything ever happened in history where something happens, like the fires in LA, and then you find out a piece of history? Like for me, when remember when Notre Dame burnt down? I was like, the biggest thing that happened there, I was like, Notre Dame is in Paris? Anyone? That's fighting Irish in Ireland? Are you kidding me? Yeah, it's really bad. And geography and all that. It's just, I really need to go back and start watching documentaries and figuring out history. But I'm just saying, you guys, if you watch a World War II documentary, it's really exciting when you don't know who wins in the end. Okay. You guys are missing out. I was never the smart kid in school. Surprise. I always hated when teachers were like, okay, I'm going to give you an example and then you give me an example. And I would just take that as a huge panic attack. They're like, okay, so Amy, can you think of another word that starts with Z? I'm going to say zebra. And I'm like, there are no other Z's. I can't think. Like, you took all the Z's. That's what I was going to say. I was going to say the Z. No, I don't know. And I would plagiarize so many things too, because they'd be like, okay, you need to write up a report. So you read about what you have to write up. And then someone that has already written exactly the report for you. Like if you're trying to write a report about something you read, I'm like, but can I just write what they wrote? You know? And they're like, no. I did. The fact was there. I put it in quotes. I gave a whole paper with tons of quotes. There you go. Just quote after quote. One big quote. I don't know. You guys, I'm dyslexic. Don't pay attention to me. The thing about being dyslexic is that no one cares at all. All right. I can prove it to you because the person that even figured out what dyslexia was, they named it dyslexia. Have you ever seen that word? I was bullied the moment that I saw that word. I was like, wow. Disney Galactico. What type of ride am I going on? It's going to be great. Also, when I went to the doctors to try and figure out like what I needed to do to get better, they're like, okay, well, honestly, dyslexia is a neurological disorder. What you're going to have to do is you're going to have to read more. And I'm like, wait, I don't think you understood what I just said. I can't. This book that you want me to read, does it have pictures? Like, what is it? But then I was like, you're going to give me a book? Like, okay, first of all, there's other people that have disabilities that have neurological disorders, like people with ADHD. They get a pill. They get a pill. Guys, a book. The cool kid in class. I don't know. So anyways, you guys, I'm trying to better myself. I have started to go on a cleanse. If you guys don't know what a cleanse is, it's just for saying that that you're starving yourself. That's like, can you remove any type of things out of, like, so basically what I'm not allowed to eat is I'm not allowed to eat dairy, salt, gluten, and yeah, I'm out of the food chain. That's just what it is. That's what it is. But anyways, yeah, exactly. So I actually spent $300 on this cleanse. $300, yeah, because my great best friend decided to do a pyramid scheme, and now I have to buy her product. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah. So I'm trying to support now, and I'm like, okay, Rachel, what am I going to get out of this cleanse? And she goes, well, first of all, you're going to get me as a consultant. And I'm like, okay, I could have done that, like just maybe called you. But I went to her and I started talking to her, and I was very proud of myself. And I was like, okay, so today I ate a banana, and I was very proud of myself. And she goes, ooh. And I was like, what? And she goes, yeah, if you would actually join our Facebook group, you'd realize you can't have a banana. There's too much sugar in a banana. Like, I can't have a banana? A banana. I don't think I got frumpy from a banana, okay? I don't know what you're talking about. And then on top of that, she was like, well, what you're also going to get is you're going to get a lot of product from me. So we're going to give you meals in the mail, and then you can kind of like put them together. So if you're having trouble, like, you know, figuring out your diet and stuff like that, I'll give you all the stuff that you need. So I'm thinking that these are prepackaged meals, like Blue Apron style. And then I get the package in the mail, and it's a bunch of powder. What is this? And she goes, oh yeah. I was like, okay, this powder better just be one, either I'm gonna get so skinny I'm gonna float up to space, and that's why I need this powder, or two, this is better be a lot of cocaine. Okay, and that's how I'm gonna get. But yeah, I just spent $300 on a cleanse and also powder. So go figure. We'll see how this goes. I don't know what you guys. So what else, you guys? I have I have a lot of anxieties, but my anxieties that I have are kind of stupid, should I say. So for instance, like I get nervous a lot and I would never take the trash out when it was dark because I was it's downstairs in the basement. And when I'm saying dark, I'm saying like 5:30 dark. You know, like if it's dark out, if it's dusk, I don't care if it's 5:30, I'm not taking the trash out. And my husband for the longest time thought it was because I was scared of maybe getting assaulted, you know, it's dark out, blah blah. And then I was like, no, that's where the boogeyman lives.
The boogeyman.
Yeah. You guys don't understand. It's so bad when I'm home by myself and my husband is there. Every single light is on in my place. I don't care how much who needs to go to sleep at a certain time, and he can only go to sleep when the lights are off in the dark. And I'm like, nope, all the lights have to stay on right now because you know what, mommy can't fight a monster by herself. So that's what's gonna happen. So how can I end this, you guys? You guys have been amazing. We just give a round of applause for you guys. You've been amazing people. So I don't want to leave on a too morbid note, but someone close to someone knew how they passed. No one knew how they passed. And right away, my friend was, oh my gosh, do you think that it was fentanyl and they overdosed? And I was like, whoa, you're so friend, and you just like jump to conclusions of what happened to them, you know, like so dark. But then it made me think, what would people say about me if I passed away and no one knew what happened? Oh yeah, that's Amy. She probably choked to death. Shut up. All right, you guys.
Thank you, Chuka.
Keep it going for Amy, everybody. Oh man, if it was me, it would have been from killing so hard that the audience just couldn't take it anymore, and they were just like they had to choke me out because they were laughing so hard. That's how I'm gonna go, by an audience that can't take it because it's just too much. Cause a riot from doing that. I was afraid of the boogeyman for a very long time because when I was in first grade, I was at a day camp and I showed up early one day, and one of the counselors, as soon as my dad like pulled away in the car, goes, "Hey Aaron, there's a boogeyman in the closet." And I was like, "What?" No. One of the other counselors was hiding in the closet, and when I walked by, he started going, "Boogie, boogie," and I cried for an entire day. It ruined me for years. For about a month around Halloween, if I saw one commercial for a scary movie, it would like scare me for the rest of the day. Like it was bad. I got over it finally last week. I finally feel better. It took a while, but I think it really did take almost like probably midway through high school until I completely eliminated all the phobia in my life, and thinking that I knew the ghosts weren't real, but then there was always that side of me that was just like, yeah, but what if, and I should prepare. I don't know what you do for a boogeyman. I'm not really sure what you're supposed to do to prevent a boogeyman. I don't know if it's just like having lights on like raccoons and that scares them away. I'm not really sure. Oh, by the way, I forgot to tell you all, you know what? I had a fun thing happen this week. I tripped over a rat. That's my new phobia. It ran in front of me and I saw other rats and I was like, well, I guess they hear me coming. I guess I scared them away. And then I was almost tumbling forward and I realized I stepped on, I was like, why did I just step on a small pillow? And I was like, oh no, that was a rat. I stepped on it and accidentally kicked it and it rolled over my other shoe. So I think I have to burn those shoes. No, it didn't bite. I was too stunned to bite me. I didn't know. But everybody, we have one more comic for all of you. Before we get to our final comic, I got to say a shout out to everybody who was watching us last week and sent some tips. It's actually for the last 2 weeks because someone asked me where's the listing of everybody's categories for what they made. Well, I don't have that right now. I don't have it, but I do have the names. So I can say thank you to the levels, to Evil Dave, to Dorothy, to Elliot, to Pia, to Henry, to Joni, to Brandon, to Evil Dave again, and to Amparo. Shout out to them. They all made it to the special place in my heart level. That's where they made it because I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for all the tips. If you're wondering how much to tip, we suggest $5 per person watching the show. If you think this is a great show, $10 per person. If it's an amazing show, $10.01. Go for it. Give us that extra penny. It's the year 2025. I say, since it's the year of the snake coming up, $20.25. I think that is an appropriate amount, or more appropriately, $2,025. Everyone, we're going to keep this show rock and rolling now. This final comic is, I wanted to say a club favorite. He's a show favorite. He's a in his own living room favorite. We love having him. You know him. You love him. Let's hear for the amazing and talented Mr. Joe Pontillo, everybody. Let him hear it.
Whoa!
Yeah. That's right. Hello, everyone. I'm an internet favorite. Yeah. They love me on the Zoom. You were talking about a Zoom show where they muted everybody. That happened to me, where it was a college on Zoom, and they, like, 7 students came, and they muted them all. And then, you're just performing in silence for a very long time. But I occasionally get comments, and then finally someone was like, "LOL, true," and I'm like, "Yeah, I'm killing it now." That's what's up. And then after a while, I just went, "How about we mute me too? Why don't we just enjoy the vibes?" So, yeah, TikTok is allegedly getting banned, which I feel personally attacked by. Because finally last month, after being on that site for 5 years, I had a video go viral. And, yeah,
no.
Exactly. So it's all about me. But then just the other day, I posted another video. It didn't do so well. So you know what? Now I'm back on the side of banning it. Like maybe it had a good run. But the problem with TikTok shows your stuff to just random people, which is fun and not really happening with a lot of social media apps these days. Like Instagram, you literally post something and they're like, "Do you want to send this to your followers?" I'm like, shouldn't they just see it? Do I have to also message them and be like, "Hey, look at my thing that I just posted"? And, might as well just go to their house and show it to them on my phone. But and then, of course, you have Facebook, which, people are either arguing about politics or you're, watching people you went to high school with post pictures of themselves with their family. Yeah. And you can tell they're dead inside.
Oh, God. Oh, my goodness.
They'll never admit it. So, not a lot of joy there. I knew Facebook was going downhill as soon as my parents joined. That seemed like a major red flag. Because my parents to this day still don't really understand text messages and emails. My mom, I feel like every other text from my mom starts with "forward." No idea who she's phoning me from. And then my dad kind of does something that really unnerves me sometimes. He'll just send me a blank email. Just out of nowhere. And I'm always very concerned. I'm like, was this code? Was he trying to write something, but then he stopped? And then one time he called me a few minutes later, and he was sort of out of breath, and he was like, "Joe, did you get my email?" And I go, "Yeah, there was nothing in it." And he goes, "Okay, but you got it." And I said, "Are you okay?" And he's like, "Oh, I gotta go." And I'm like, "What the hell just happened?"
Oh my God.
So yeah, he's on Facebook and made 3 different accounts and friended himself on all 3.
Yeah.
Never really got an explanation to that. And then, my mom's just on there leaving bad reviews of restaurants she ate at Disney World like 8 years ago. And then it doesn't interact with me except to leave comments that have nothing to do with what I posted. Yeah, so I'll be like, yeah, comedy show tonight, 8 o'clock. And then my mom leaves a comment, "You have a package here." Good content, good for my brand. I love it. So, yeah, so so this year, 2025, new year, I feel like I need a new side hustle. Comedy's great and all. It doesn't really always pay the bills. Sometimes things are good, and then other times you get way too excited to do jury duty. That kind of feels like a problem. Like I got a jury duty notice, and I was scared, and then I realized they pay like $40 a day to do it, and I was like, yeah. This is my 3rd highest paying gig this month. Let's go. Making a flyer, promoting it like it's a show. Good stuff. But I think I should have been a mechanic. That seems like I don't know. Every time I go to the mechanic, because I own a car, I go there for one thing, and then they're like, "Hey, do you want to do this other thing that costs $1,300? I'm like, no. Like, do I look like I'm just walking around with thousands of dollars? I can't wait to get rid of? Like, please, tell me something's wrong. And then my favorite is like the labor costs. They're like, oh well, we worked on the car. Oh, I'm shocked. That's how you had to work on it. I'm going to start factoring in labor costs to comedy, I think. Like, I'll tell some jokes for $100, but the labor's like $850. So I got to get there. I got to write the jokes. I got to get in the zone. I got to leave. It's a lot of labor. I might also consider becoming a veterinarian on the side. I feel like I could just do that out of my car. That's a scam. So like I have pet birds and these small birds, and one of them, had to go to the vet, and I called the vet and I was like, "Hey, I have a sick bird. Can you take a look at it?" And they just go, $100. Yeah. And I'm like, "For what?" And they go, "Well, just to make the appointment." And I just went, "Hold on a second," and just opened my window and just, went back on the phone. I was like, "Yeah, you know what? I'm good. Never mind." Hold on $100. But I'm a big fan of. I like animals. I do. Here's one thing that needs to stop. I'm sure you guys have seen this commercial on TV. They've been running different versions of it for years. Pledge, dish soap, whatever. Can they do something else besides cover a duck in oil?
I know. 2008.
Like every few years, they're just like, "All right, we need to do another commercial. I know where we can find some ducks. We'll rent an oil truck, anything. Like if it has to be another animal, fine, but make it something that like makes no sense. Like a moose. Like look at this moose covered in oil. Let's get to clean. Anything. I'm pretty sure they could just dump oil on a plate and clean the plate. Whatever. Then there's people who try to help animals that are not really doing anything good, like PETA. PETA's out of control. Instead of like actually saving animals, PETA will just like post a meme or something that says, like, "Well, what if a horse said it was as hungry as a human? Would you like to?" Yeah, they're weird. Speaking of weirdos, they're not weirdos. Taylor Swift, I think she needs to be stopped. And I'm sure I like some of her music. I'm not a complete, anti-Swiftie or Tay-Tay, whatever we're calling her. But I need to stop seeing articles that say something like vibrations from Taylor Swift concert causes seismic readings.
What?
Yeah, she's causing earthquakes. Like she's a super villain. She shouldn't be celebrated. You need to confront her. I feel like that's going to be the plot of the next Superman movie. It's going to be that guy's flapping.
Taylor Swift causes
Terrific. Anyway,
We're done.
so I went to the bank the other day, and why do they not want people at the bank anymore? It's the yeah. You walk into the bank, and someone literally stops you and tries to convince you to go someplace else. Yeah. They're like, hey, have you tried banking from home? Just do that. Go home. Go back home. I did it. It failed. Now, my favorite is the app, which I don't want to get the app. And then their pitch is always, well, if you have a check, you can take a picture of it, and it'll go into your account. And my thing is always like, well, what can I do that with cash? Please. That would be a game changer. But yeah, it's really weird. I feel like at this point you could walk into the bank wearing a ski mask, holding a shotgun, and be like, "This is a robbery," and they'll just go, "Download our app." It's be fine. So I'm originally from Long Island. I'm Italian, so that means everybody in my family is either a cop or a DJ. That's it's a good crossover gig to have. Like, okay, give it up for DJ Suspended with Pay. So we're good. Italians are in the news. That Luigi guy. Right? He made his killers again. That's good. That's a good. It's good for our brand. After I don't know if you remember the governor of New York, went on TV and said, "I'm not perverted. I'm just Italian."
Oh no!
Yeah, and that kind of set us back for a few years, but we're back now. It's all good. But yeah, so I'm like between Long Island and New York City. New York City, pretty anti-police there, which, and like people in the suburbs like the police because, we're all related. Me, I'm like in the middle. When there was all the protests, I was never for getting rid of police entirely. I just wanted to defund them to the point where they could no longer afford horses. That is my stance. No more cops on horses. Who is that for? Like, you can only be on a horse if you're chasing a criminal who is also on a horse. And honestly, if that happens, kudos to that criminal. Let him get away. Right? Yeah. Like, oh, they stole my wallet. And they're getting on a horse. Do something. That's just impressive. I'm not even mad. You earned that, buddy. But yeah, I'll leave you guys with this. When I leave New York City, a lot of people have like weird questions about it. They're always like, the crime out of control? And, there's some weird things here. Like I noticed this the other day, when you get on a bus in the city, there's a sign that says it's against the law to attack the bus driver.
Yeah. Oh no.
Which, thank goodness, I was what really worries me, because like they had to have a meeting about that sign. Someone at a city council meeting was like, look, we have to put a sign up telling people not to attack the bus driver. And somebody else just went, fine, but it's going to be a sticker. Okay? Just get a sticker. So this way, if it falls off at some point, some lunatic gets on the bus and they're,
Oh, no. Don't take it there.
Yeah. So you get the bus. All right, guys. Well, this was a lot of fun. Living room, thank you so much, everybody. Follow me on my Good night, everybody.
Keep it going for Joe, everybody. Follow him on TikTok. He's huge. Over on TikTok now.
Making a comeback.
Follow him on Friendster. That's friend him on Friendster. That's the option. It shut down in 2015. That's what Nikki was telling me about it. Apparently, they tried to rebrand as a gaming site. I'm not sure how that works, but they tried. Clap it up for all the comics that you've seen. For Joe, and for Amy, and for Brendan, and for myself. Clap it up for yourselves for being an amazing audience. Yeah. Don't forget to follow all of us on all the social media. Follow me on YouTube, everyone. Subscribe to me on YouTube. Trying to get up to that. I got to get up to 5,000 subscribers now if I want to monetize the channel.
On YouTube.
Almost there, just 4,870 away. So we're almost there. I'm at Funny Aaron on YouTube. Subscribe on there, and I just posted a video 2 days ago from an in-person show. You guys should check it out. And Funny Aaron on Instagram. Funny Aaron as a website as well. You guys, thank you so much for hanging out. We'll see you next Friday. I will not be here next Friday, but Leah Bonham will be running things and hosting the show. She is absolutely hilarious. You know her and love her. She's been on the show many times. And we got great comics next week. I may be joining briefly. I'll be at a show in New Jersey.
Good show.
Show off.
Yeah, I'm at a restaurant in New Jersey. Pretty fancy. And it's under an hour drive away. So that's actually the real brag. Is that I'm doing a road gig that's less than an hour away. Although with traffic, it'll be 3 hours. But on the way back, it'll be under an hour. Can't wait, everyone. Have a great night. Have a great weekend. Have a great long weekend. And I will see you, if not this coming Friday, the Friday after, everyone. Thank you so much. Good night.
Yeah.
Thank you, everybody. Thanks, Joe.